Hello everyone, welcome to Tennis Fan Video. Alex Eala has shared a 14-word message on social media to reflect on reaching the last 16 at the Indian Wells Open in her debut campaign at the event. The world number 32's run at the WTA 1000 tournament at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden ended with a heavy 6-0, 6-2 loss to world number 14 Linda Noskova on Tuesday. Eala lost serve 5 times and was unable to break her 21-year-old Czech opponent in a fourth-round match that lasted just 55 minutes. Despite the difficult conclusion, there were plenty of positives for Eala to take from her first experience of tennis paradise. After receiving a bye as a seeded player, Eala overcame world number 52 Diana Yastremska 7-5, 4-6, 7-5 in a hard-fought second-round match. The Filipino star then recorded her fourth win against a top 10 player when world number 4 Coco Gauff was forced to retire in the pair's third-round match, with Eala leading 6-2, 2-0. In a post on her Instagram account, Eala shared photos from her time in Indian Wells along with a short message. "Finally found my way to paradise," wrote the 20-year-old. "Thank you, Indian Wells. See you next year." What next for Alex Eala? Eala will next compete at the Miami Open, where she achieved a sensational breakthrough result last year by reaching the semifinals as a wild card. Following her exit in Indian Wells, Eala looked ahead to her return to Miami and declared that she is here to stay. "I can't speak for the future and what will actually happen when I arrive in Miami," Eala said. "Miami last year was a beautiful time for me and it was the start of all of this. But since then I've achieved a lot as well. I've grown a lot and I've had so many good matches, so many tough losses, so much experience since then. And that's helped me build confidence, self-esteem, and I know that I belong here. So it doesn't matter if I win the tournament in Miami or if I lose in the first round. I know I'm here and I'm here to stay." For many young athletes, stepping onto the courts at the Indian Wells Masters is a moment they dream about for years. The tournament, often called the Fifth Grand Slam, has long been a stage where rising stars introduce themselves to the world. For Alex Eala, her debut campaign at Indian Wells was exactly that, a milestone filled with excitement, pressure, and a powerful message that resonated far beyond the court. After her opening experience at the prestigious tournament, Eala took to social media with a simple yet meaningful 14-word message that captured both gratitude and determination. While the message itself was brief, its impact quickly spread among fans who have followed the young Filipino star's remarkable journey through professional tennis. A moment years in the making. Indian Wells is not just another stop on the tennis calendar. For many players, it represents validation, the sign that their hard work has carried them onto one of the sport's biggest stages. For Eala, the opportunity meant even more. Growing up in the Philippines, she developed her passion for tennis in a country where the sport does not always dominate headlines. Yet through discipline, international training, and standout performances as a junior champion, she steadily built a reputation as one of Southeast Asia's brightest tennis prospects. Her arrival at Indian Wells symbolized the next step in that journey. The California Desert Tournament brings together many of the world's best players, along with thousands of passionate fans. Walking through the players' tunnel and onto those iconic courts can be overwhelming, even for experienced competitors. For a rising star like Eala, the moment carried both excitement and immense expectation. The match that tested her. Every debut on a big stage comes with lessons. Whether it's adjusting to the atmosphere, facing higher-ranked opponents, or managing nerves in front of a global audience, the experience often shapes a young player's future mindset. Eala's Indian Wells campaign provided exactly that kind of learning moment. Throughout the match, she displayed the fighting spirit that has already become part of her identity. Known for her composure and relentless work ethic, she battled through challenging rallies and moments of pressure. Even when the scoreboard didn't always favor her, the determination in her game was unmistakable. For fans watching from the Philippines and around the world, it was a glimpse of the potential that has made Eala such an exciting figure in women's tennis. The 14-word message that spoke volumes. Shortly after the match, Eala shared a concise message online that immediately captured attention. Rather than focusing on disappointment or frustration, the message centered on gratitude, growth, and motivation for the future. In just 14 words, she acknowledged the experience, thanked supporters, and hinted that the journey was far from over. That tone of optimism struck a chord with fans. Within hours, the post began circulating widely among tennis communities and Filipino sports supporters. Comments poured in praising her resilience and reminding her that every great career includes moments of growth. Fans rallied behind their star. For many Filipino fans, Eala represents something larger than individual success. She symbolizes the possibility of seeing the Philippines consistently represented on the global tennis stage. Over the past few years, she has already inspired countless young athletes back home to pick up a racket. Her junior Grand Slam success and steady progress on the professional tour have turned her into one of the most recognizable figures in Philippine sports. That's why her Indian Wells debut carried such emotional weight. Even after the match ended, fans flooded social media with supportive messages, encouraging her to keep pushing forward and reminding her that the experience itself was an achievement. A career still rising. At just the beginning of her professional career, Eala's path remains full of possibilities. The Indian Wells experience may ultimately become one of those early chapters athletes look back on as a turning point. Moments like these teach players how to adapt, how to grow, and how to handle the spotlight that comes with competing at the highest level. For Eala, the lessons from Indian Wells will likely fuel her determination in upcoming tournaments. With every match, she continues to refine her game, build confidence, and gain the experience needed to compete against the world's elite. More than a match. In many ways, the real story isn't just about one tournament result. It's about resilience. It's about representing a nation that proudly supports its rising star. And it's about the mindset of a young athlete who refuses to let one moment define her journey. That's why Eala's short 14-word message resonated so strongly. It wasn't just a caption. It was a declaration of perspective, a reminder that in sports, progress often happens step by step. As the tennis season continues, fans will be watching closely to see where Eala's journey leads next. If her response to this moment is any indication, she is determined to keep moving forward with gratitude, confidence, and the belief that bigger stages still await. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.